Good morning, traders. So how do we trade the Dow Jones today? So let's just start off with the daily. So yesterday we had a pretty nice engulfing pattern on the daily, and this level is, well, it was broken until Trump opened his mouth again, so we had a bit of a sell-off. Now, the interesting thing is, I want to get down to a level we can trade. So the interesting thing is that we gapped down. So basically, we had we had some good data that came out, a couple of good results, and then we closed off the day with Apple coming out with some good results. But then Trump started threatening a 10% increase on the tariffs to China. So some of the goods that he was forecasting 10% tariffs, he was threatening 20% tariffs. And basically, what's happened is we gapped down 75 odd points. Now, the interesting thing is, notice how these gap downs, when the Trump war nonsense rears its head, how smaller and smaller it's getting. Okay, and I think if you just have a look at the Chinese currency, you'll see as well, just when I move to the hour, you'll see there wasn't much of a change in the currency. Okay, so what that tells you is that investors are starting to treat a lot of this geopolitical noise as noise. Okay, and fundamentals and results are taking the front seat. So, in saying that, what are we going to be doing today? So, first things first, the closing range breakout strategy would have netted you. Oops, that's the wrong one. I'll get it right now. So remember the last two 1 hour bars on my charts, which are these two here. And most of the day we hovered here until we broke through and went on to hit the breakout target and hit target number 2. Okay, so that was a pretty good trade. And what we have at the moment to trade the closing range breakouts is, although we've gapped down, we are basically sitting on the bottom of the range. Okay, so just heading to the 12 minute, and you'll see right here is the bottom of the range. Probably a little bit just want to just tidy it up properly. Okay, so this is bottom of the range. This little tail below is not a close below. You want a 12-minute close below to indicate that that is done. So what we do have, though, is we have a consolidation forming. There it is. Okay. And for the consolidation is happening on the 12-minute 200 EMA. And you can see how the Bollinger Squeeze is coming together. So I suspect we're going to have a pretty sharp move in one of the directions shortly. And my bias is that we're going to be moving to the upside. Okay, so we'll be looking for trades to the upside. I want to see what this risk is right now. So risk right now is 35 points, which is acceptable for a move to the upside. And the reason why I say that is, if we just come back to this area here, you'll see there's a lot of barbed wire here. So you've got a lot of the Asian market that are selling this, and they're selling off this daily level here. Okay, so they're trying to push it down below this level. And if we come back to the 30-minute, you'll see they're trying to sell off it, and then the buyers are still here. So I do suspect that a break above this area here is going to give us an opportunity to be long. And I'm actually of the opinion right now that this is going to be long. So basically what's happened is you can see we are above the alligator. Alligator is sleeping at the moment on this level, and we are above the 20 moving average. Okay, so it's actually even worth okay, so let's just do this. Let's work with the 12 minutes, and let's just pinpoint the fractals we need to break, and that will give us indication. So there it is. We need to break below the 200 moving average on the 12, or alternatively we need to break above 25,425. The break either side of that is going to determine the direction, but I do suspect that we're going to get a break to the upside, and we're going to target first this gap close and then beyond. Okay, so that's kind of what I'm looking to happen, and we're really going to wait for the 12 minutes to play out. Okay, so moves to the downside is going to be a break below. I'll have to put a line in so I can pick up the level. So 25,390, yeah, 25,390, a break below that is going to give us downside targets, and the downside targets will be the levels that you can see at the bottom here. So the first one is going to be there, and the second one will be the breakout, the actual breakout target. So downside targets will be 25,320, and we don't want to be that, we want to be around there, and around 25,300. Okay, so I want to check on the 4 hour. Yeah, I think it's going to take a lot to break through this level if it does get to there. So that's pretty much what we can see here, and based on that little bit of useless information I've given you, we are ranging. Okay, we're currently in a range, but we also have a shoulder here, we have a head, and do we have another shoulder forming? So in other words, if we start moving to the upside here, do we have another shoulder? And we can see on the 4 hour we have, we broke through the 20, we closed above the 20, and now we're down below here. And you can see with this indecision bar that's forming on the 4 hour now, which is also indicating a bit of lack of direction. Okay, yeah, so that's it for me. I think I'm still actually looking at this right now. I'm looking for long, so I'm going to take it above. If we do break above this fractal here, I will definitely be looking for a long, and my stop is going to be below this level. So let's just take it now. So 25419. Yeah, so I think I'm going to start setting my limit orders in now, looking for longs, and the stop is going to be below the 200 moving average of 25420. Anyway, guys, that's my view on the Dow. Hope it helps. Stay safe, keep those stops tight, and enjoy your day. I'll catch up with you later. Cheers.